Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's a beautiful spring day here in London and I'm about to head out to an event. I'm Claire and the city, and I thought today I would start off by showing you my outfit. So as you can see, I've chosen the tulle skirt and I absolutely love it. It goes nicely with my little jumper, and I've put on my grandma's beautiful jewels, and the lipstick I've got on is called Pink Pop. And I love it to death. Put some of that like cool girl spray in my hair and we're good to go. So these are the shoes I'm going to be wearing. Love them. With this bag, and then I've got my trainers. I've been really embracing that kind of Carrie Bradshaw vibes, the tulle skirts. I love them, like really feminine, really feeling like this is what I want to lean into more. First thing that I'm going to is an event with my business coach. So get your shoes on and come with me. Hello, so I am just crossing the incredible bridge that is next to Embankment. It's such a beautiful day. It's cold still, but like spring cold. So it's sunny, bright, my favorite, and a perfect day for walking around. So this is a great bridge. This is the one that's near the Millennium Eye. Sorry, London Eye. It used to be called the Millennium Eye. And South Bank is just down there too. So it's about another 20 minutes to get to the venue, but a perfect day to be walking around. Sometimes weather does play an awfully big role in London. And I have to say, it was so horrible earlier this week and cold and raining. And when it's a day like today, it just looks completely different. And obviously it's a lottery as to when you come. When it's a day like today, you've got to be outside. So this route is actually taking me through the beautiful gardens that are next to Embankment Station, and I included these in my Instagrammable London locations video because they're so gorgeous. And even in March, before all of the tulips have really got going, there's loads of daffodils and loads of colours and loads of water features. It's just such a calming place to come and full of real Londoners. Man, I'm going to be late, but I love it so much. I've just passed the Savoy that I've worked at many times, and I'm actually starting to get quite hot in this big fat wool coat. Yesterday I was completely freezing and I was wearing a thinner wool coat and a shirt underneath, and today I'm too hot. So this is kind of what Britain is like in spring. It can challenge you with the wardrobe, let's say that. I'm now just passing Somerset House, and normally I come in from the other side, but this is the riverside. Can get in from either side, and nearby as well is also Covent Garden. So if you're this way and you've been to Somerset House, you might want to go to Covent Garden next, and there's some lovely cafes, restaurants, shops around there. And now I'm turning away from the river and heading toward Fleet Street. And Fleet Street is obviously famous for being the place where our newspapers historically came from. That's where they all were, but I don't think anymore. But it's very associated with the news. Also makes me think of the Monopoly board, one of those disused old tube stations. I wonder if it is. I'll have to Google that later. Actually, this is a great walk because I've just gone past 180 The Strand, which is where they kind of have Fashion Week these days. And I'm just going to pass all my Bridget Jones locations, which were in my last video. The Royal Courts of Justice and the newsagents that Bridget went to. I've just realised why I like to stick to one shoe and not get changed, because I've just like been awkwardly perched on a bench. Well, I took off my trainers and switched them for the Valentinos, and what I forgot about the Valentinos is I had to undo all of the straps, 6 straps, and then do them all up. So that was very stressful. Okay, so the place I'm going to is called Lazy Ballerinas, and it's a restaurant, and I think at a wine bar, and I've never been before, so let's see what it's like. And I'm meeting the woman who's been my business coach for like the last 6 months. Made me realise that I just wanted to do a lot more content creation in my life. So here we are. She's called Laura, and I'll be there in just 1 minute.
It is so good to see you all. Welcome to another Ignited Woman event.
So here I am at the venue. This is called Lazy Ballerinas, and I've never been before, which is unusual. To be honest, I feel like I know everywhere in London, but I do not know this one. It's very beautiful architecturally. It's a gorgeous wine bar, very chic, very elegant. We've just done networking, had a lot of lunch, and now I'm going to move on to St. Paul's. So I am just heading now to St. Paul's. I'm walking the walk probably 5-10 minutes to St. Paul's, and I'm going predominantly because I have never got the perfect shot of the cherry blossom. I'm kind of determined to try and get it. St. Paul's is also on my list of most Instagrammable places in London, and it's where Princess Diana got married all those years ago. I love it. You're gonna love it. And I haven't put my coat back on because it's sweltering. So I've learned my lesson, and I've still got my heels on, so we need to change those. We go. We continue. And here he is. There's many different sizes you can shoot St. Paul's from. Look at all the traffic, actually. Very London. Okay, so here we go, guys. Here's the famous, very famous blossom trees. They are not exactly in full bloom and they're not massive, but they are here. There's definitely more than one blossom tree at St. Paul's, but the one that's probably most photographed is the one right out front of it, and that's the one on the side of the Thames. There's also a lot of kind of plinth things that you can stand on around here, which I always find is very useful for variety in photos. One of the things you might struggle with is the strong light. It's 3 p.m. now, for example, and the tree is in complete shade and St. Paul's is very, very bright. There's also another tree which proves very popular, which is right next to St. Paul's. It's on the same side as St. Paul's and it's kind of in that little garden area. These trees behind me is in the light, so if you want to kind of get that lower down to the ground blossom shot, it's a lot easier over this side, and this is in the gardens. It's the same side as St. Paul's and you have to just get a bit creative with angles to get it in. But yeah, there's obviously plenty of blossom to go around. I wouldn't say it's probably hit its complete peak yet. I think we've still got maybe a week to go, but it's looking very gorgeous and very pink, I should say, and it's very, very, very popular. My next stop is going to be Tower Bridge, where I'm hoping to do the exact same thing. I've never seen the cherry blossom at Tower Bridge. Apparently there is some, and if you check the stock images on the website, there always seems to be some cherry blossom and Tower Bridge in the background. I'm not sure if some Photoshop's at play. I shall report back. Oh, I'm going to change my shoes. I'm not going to do any more walking with the heels on, even though they're very comfy. Why ruin them? One final thing as we're leaving St. Paul's is just that there's also this telephone box, which I absolutely adore. It's right in the right place. There are little gardens as well everywhere around here, and they're very nice and manicured, so make sure you take a proper walk around. You can go inside St. Paul's, you just need to pay. You used to be able to go up to the top as well, which has great views over London. I'm not 100% sure if that's open again now, but honestly, if you can get in there, it's absolutely breathtaking. You'll love it. It's going to take us about half an hour's walk to get to Tower Bridge, so let's get going. I've taken a slight detour. This is the Bridget Jones location at the end of the first movie when Colin Firth has bought Bridget a new diary. He comes out here and it's all snowy and it's a beautiful scene, and when I recorded my video about Bridget Jones locations, I hadn't actually seen this for myself, but I can tell it's the right place because there's this statue here, there's some phone boxes, and Mont Blanc is right on the corner, and it's a nice area to come and visit actually. There's lots of lovely buses and taxis sneaking by. It's actually quite calm. It's a weekday and everything, and it's gorgeously sunny. There's lots of other shops to go and visit, lots of luxury ones, so I would recommend a little visit here. And now it's back on my trip to Tower Bridge. As you come into Tower Bridge, you'll see that there's the wonderful Tower of London. This is well worth a visit, whatever time of year you're here. There's amazing tours that you can take on the inside. There's amazing beef eaters that are going to give you all the history. It's where the crown jewels are. It's astonishingly wonderful, very layered, very historic, and I would definitely recommend a visit here. You're probably not going to find any cherry blossom though, so let's carry on. This is St. Catherine's Dock, so it's a good place to have a little detour to. There's loads of like wine bars and cafes and restaurants, and it's very picturesque, so if you want to come here, it's always a good shout. Okay, so this is the kind of the side that I expected to find it, but there's nothing here, so I'm either a bit early, a bit late, or I'm in the wrong place. I'm gonna head across the bridge now to continue my search, but I've got kind of a bad feeling that I've either missed it or maybe there's a bit of Photoshop going on in some of these things I've seen online. If you like Tower Bridge a little bit quieter, you might want to check out this side. People just don't make the extra effort to come over this side, which makes it ideal if you want to take your time taking photos. There sometimes are boats in the way of this side, but nothing you can't get around. And like I said, it's nice and quiet, so you've got plenty of time to plot your shot. But actually, I'm just thinking I can see lots of lights, lots of iconic things, but I cannot see any blossom. I think I'm on a road to nowhere, aren't I? The other things I've seen are cherry blossoms in restaurants, which I've got a lot of time for actually. The two I think are, is one called Cocoa and another one called Sticky Mango. So they look very Instagrammable if you're in this area. I'm just going to have one final try at the other side of the bridge, which is on my route home anyway. I'd really, honestly recommend a nice quiet walk around here. Just delightful. Well guys, I'm here and there's loads of trees and not one of them has any blossom on. So I'm calling that a day on the blossom front, unless I suddenly get surprised. I'm going to do a massive vlog on all of the different magnolia and cherry blossom spots, so do look out for that. As we've seen from St. Paul's, it is the right time for a lot of the blossom. I'm going to just double check there's nothing around here. We've just come to this little tiny garden outside 3 More London Riverside, and there is a small sort of collection of trees. Ah, see? Oh my god, look how much happier. I'm such an idiot. I'm not quite sure how people are getting this sort of thing and the bridge in together. They're obviously more creative than I am. There seems to be a big fat building in place, but nonetheless, I have found some flowers near Tower Bridge. Yeah, definitely recommend coming to this little garden. Yay, I'm sure it's going to get more and more pretty as time goes on. Look, I can be all creative. Anyway, stop it. I'm getting all excited now because I'm quite giddy because I didn't think I was going to find anything. I'm about to head to London Bridge, past all this very modern architecture and where the Mayor of London's office used to be as well. I'll see you next time.